Hello up there. Here I am with my family. We're going to be making ornaments right here at our dinner table. This is something we did, it was like 5 years ago. We made these little angel ornaments and we didn't get around to selling them. So what we did is in one of our trips from Oklahoma to Idaho to be with family for Christmas, while we were traveling, every time we saw someone that helped us or that was doing something good, like the bell ringer out in front of Walmart or the person who helped us at 1 a.m. in the morning at the hotel, we would give them an angel ornament as a thank you. We're going to make some more of those today. So I'm just going to start rolling pinning this. My table likes to move a bit. Now something that you'll want to do is flip your clay when you're rolling pinning clay. One of the things that happens when you're rolling pinning clay, when you're making it thinner, is that it'll start to feel like it's not moving anymore. It's not that the clay is as thin as you want it, it's that it's gripped to the table and it no longer wants to stretch. So there we go. This now is a perfect slab that thick, which is a thing. We bought these at Walmart, so you can see that it comes in a big pack. There are different sizes in there, but we're going to use the one that is called 3/16 of an inch. This is a trick to making your life easier. I'm going to get some plastic wrap. Well, maybe not pulling it out is the easy part. There we go. I'm going to put that plastic wrap right down on the clay. And what this is going to do is when I take my cookie cutter to it, it's going to make a nice rounded top edge. Get it up off. There we go. See that top edge, how it's nice and rounded? That's because of the plastic wrap. Now I already don't have to do anything to that top edge, but this bottom edge is going to be a little problem. So eventually I'm going to want to take this sponge and just drag that lightly around that bottom edge, and that's going to get rid of the burr. Okay, there's a rule that I have with my students that do the hand building. That is no sharp edges. Okay, the problem with sharp edges is that after you're done, they get sharper. After you fire them, they get sharper. They'll just get sharper and sharper. We're going to use a heart, cookie cutter, and a biscuit cutter that's just, you can see the biscuit cutter is just it's got to be bigger than the point of the heart to the bottom. So that's what we're going to be doing. We're also going to use this. This is a fancy thing. This is the lid to a Mountain Dew Baja Blast. This is going to be used. This is the cap to the hairspray. Some of the sharpest knives that they make are made out of ceramic. So consider that. You don't want that to be the edge of a Christmas ornament. I'll be able to wedge all this back up and use it again for more. All right. Well, here's how it all puts together. I'm going to grab some of that clay that I just pulled off of there. Because I have 3 of these, I'm going to grab a bunch. I'm going to make 3 balls of clay. I want these to be nice and round. I don't want them too big. I want them to be smaller around than that. Okay, so I want this to be smaller than the halo. There we go. All right. Basically, all of my parts are made. I'm going to use this one right here because I've already rounded off the back. I'm going to pull off one of these. All right, so that one's ready to go now. I'm going to take this. I'm going to take this and I'm going to wrap it like this. Okay. Now what I'm trying to do is make it so that the top part here is small and the bottom part is wide. Now where that is wrapped, I'm going to score. So I'm going to score this area here. And this area here. I'm going to put a couple of marks. And some slip. Thank you. Some slip in there. Put them together. Now, there's not really a whole lot of pressure that I can put on that, but I am going to insert one of these dowel rods again so I can push it from the inside. Okay, so there's that part. If you want to, you can grab your brush. See the slip, the gooey slip? I can get rid of a bunch of that just with a little swipe of my brush. There we are. Okay, this will then sit on here like that. So I'm gonna score the middle. Put some score on the back. Slip. Now I know some of you out there, if you're advanced enough, are probably watching this going, why doesn't he just use magic water or something like that? Well, you can use magic water. It works. I just don't want to teach everyone how to do magic water right now. So I use a lot of score and slip. I'm going to press it down with this dowel rod. Just roll it back and forth so it looks even. Don't want it to look weird. And there's the body. This is going to go up here as the head. Okay, so that's going to go and attach right there. This one's a little hard to get attached because it wants to, what does it want to do? It's hard to just put it right there on that little edge. So I end up pushing it down a little bit. So it'll help if I can get this and kind of tuck it in a little bit more. So there's more space there for it to attach to. That on, push it down. There we go. Now This angel needs a halo. Here's my halo. I'm gonna soften the edges. No hard edges. Okay. Now one of the things I like to do with the halo is this. I get this right here and I'll push it right in the middle. And it'll kind of create an edge, which I feel like looks a little more halo-like. That is then going to go right on his little head, like that. I kind of face it up so that you can see the. There is really no face on this guy, but if there was, that's what you would be seeing. Score and slip. Okay, there's my angel ornament right there. Okay, all it needs now is a way for it to be held on the tree. I'm going to grab this dowel rod and I'm going to put a hole in it right here. And another hole in it right here. And then later, when I can find my ornaments, I'll show you what that does for it. You're going to have to do some doctoring on the back side if you use your dowel rod to put a hole in it, or you can just leave it like that. As long as it's not sharp, it'll be fine, because I'm going to end up putting some string through that so that it can be held with a little string. That's basically it right there. Now the reason I like that is because even though I use cookie cutters, it's still somewhat 3D. It's not just flat. It's not just a flat cookie cutter. It's been sculpted to some degree, and I really like that. So there you go. It's really simple. So basically at any age, like maybe not 2, but let's let him be 5, can probably do it, or at least help do this. So it's cookie cutters. I usually shy away from just using cookie cutters for making Christmas ornaments because I feel like it's a little elementary, but these I felt were above that, one step above, because they weren't just cookie cutters, it's the way you apply the cookie cutters that really does the trick.
Thank you.